So this is for professional families in Canada who want to set up their insurance. We work with a lot of young couples who are buying a place and having kids. Most of our clients are professionals like lawyers, accountants, doctors, engineers, a lot of people in technology, and a lot of entrepreneurs. So you own your condo or your townhouse and you're having a baby, or you just did, and you need to move to something bigger. So now you've got a bigger mortgage and a new baby, and this is usually the trigger where people want to talk about insurance. Before this, not a lot of people care about their life insurance, but as soon as the giant mortgage and the new baby comes into the picture, people need to see us right away, like right now. Well, we deal with this a lot, and we can make it a great experience for you. We do all of our meetings virtually via a secure Zoom, so you can meet us from your home or your office, and you don't need to drive to our office, and you don't need to lug a stroller. You don't even need to be in the same places yourselves. So you could each be at your own offices, or one at home, one at work, whatever. So what does that look like? Well, the first meeting is what we call a collaborative discovery. We want to get to know you. We want to understand your situation. We want to know your goals, your concerns moving forward. We're going to ask you a lot of questions. And the meeting is very collaborative. We want everyone to share as much as possible. And then from there, we take that information and we build a proposal based on our initial discussion. It takes a few days to a week to get this done for you, and then we meet again and we go over the proposal. We'll have some numbers and options ready for you based on the goals and the concerns that we talked about in the first meeting. And then during the proposal meeting, please ask as many questions as you want, give feedback, and then we use the feedback and the questions to dial everything in. And we send you all of the docs that we went over in the proposal meeting, so you'll have everything. And then when everything is all good and we write the applications and we actually apply for the insurance, because you can't just get it because you want, you have to apply, and there's an underwriting process and you need to be approved by the insurance company. Well, part of our service is that we manage the file through the underwriting process. And then when we know the result of the application, if you were approved or declined, then we'll meet and we'll go over the final policies and you're good to go. After that, we don't just disappear. One of our core company values is that we're relationship focused. So we'll continue to be in touch with you monthly, or through our newsletter, or through our annual update meeting. And you're going to be our client for at least the term of your insurance, which is a minimum of 10 years. So that's what happens when you work with us to set up your family's insurance plan. And we do a thorough job, and you can trust that we'll get your policies written and done the right way the first time. We work with a lot of people, so we do have a lot of volume with the insurance companies. And then how this is a benefit for you is that we have great relations with the big Canadian insurance companies that we work with. We have direct connections inside, and they work hard on our files, and they keep pushing them through the system till completion. So here's what a solid insurance plan can look like for you. To be properly covered for all the things that happen to your body, you need life insurance, disability insurance, and critical illness insurance. Disability is if you get sick or injured and you can't work. The insurance company pays you a monthly benefit based on your income until you can go back to work, or until your age of 65 if you never go back to work. Statistically, this is the most likely insurance to get claimed. We've actually delivered a lot of these checks for clients. If you have a group benefits plan at work, it might have some disability insurance, which is great, but it's usually not the best, and you can often opt out of your work plan and get your own. You get a standalone plan, which we can customize for you, and we can make it way better. The next most likely thing to happen to you is actually getting sick, and this is where critical illness insurance comes out. It pays a lump sum tax-free if you're diagnosed with one of 25 named illnesses like cancer, stroke, heart attacks, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, all these things that you never want to get. Critical illness gives you the money so that you can take time off work to focus on getting better without the additional financial stress. It also gives you options if you want to do treatments that are not covered by a provincial health plan. So a lot of natural remedies or holistic treatments fall into this category. They're not covered by your MSP. Lastly, we've got life insurance. This is the one that everyone knows. It's quite straightforward. You're either alive or you're dead. If you pass away, it pays a lump sum tax-free to your beneficiaries, which usually is your family. This can help them pay for the mortgage or other life expenses that don't stop just because you're gone. It also helps to pay to raise your kids to an age where they could be independent. You should have all three of these to be properly covered. So next, what we want to figure out is how much insurance do you need and for how long do you need it? So let's start with how much do you need? For disability insurance, you can get up to 66% of your monthly income tax-free as a disability benefit, which is about what you would get after tax if you were still working. The insurance company will never pay you more than you earn monthly, or it loses the incentive to get better and go back to work, which is what they want. And generally, we recommend that you get as much as you can qualify for. And some people who are going to be earning more in the future can add a rider option, which can increase your monthly benefit in the future without having to do a medical. For the term length, we generally set up our clients with term length and a benefit payout until age 65, which is that covers your working years and you don't have to worry about your disability insurance again. For critical illness, there's a couple ways to figure out what the right amount is for you. And first, think of if you did get one of those illnesses I talked about earlier. How much would you like to have to pay your bills and fight it for a couple years? Well, that's your number. Some people get 100,000, 250,000, or some people want way more. Like we've got people with millions of dollars of critical illness insurance. And it's really up to you and what number makes you feel safe. The other way we look at it is what does it take to replace 1 or 2 years of your income? So again, this could be 100, 250, $500,000 or more. There's really no right or wrong answer here. It's whatever number makes you feel safe and secure. And then for life insurance, again, there's a few ways we calculate this. How much do you need to pay out when you pass to cover all your debts, your responsibilities, and potentially leave something to your family to continue? So here in Vancouver, people generally have huge mortgages, so we for sure want to cover that off. Then we'd cover any other debts, and we would figure out how much would it take to raise your kids to adult. And then we calculate this with you when we meet. So here in Vancouver, or with a lot of clients in Toronto, there's a lot of $1 and $2 and $3 million when you factor in the house and if the kids are young. So with life insurance, there's also different types. There's term insurance and there's permanent insurance. And we often do a mix of both. You can see on our other videos on YouTube that we're big fans of using whole life insurance, which is a type of permanent insurance. And because most people don't have the budget to get all whole life insurance, we usually do a base of whole life and then we top it up with the right amount of term insurance, which is much more affordable. You can get a lot of it for cheap. So that's it. That's how we put together insurance plans for the high-income professional families that we work with across Canada. We're licensed in BC, Alberta, and Ontario. So we work with people, Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary. And if you own your place and you have a giant mortgage and you're either expecting a new baby or you've recently had one, this is exactly for you. We're happy to meet and to get you set up the right way so that you can focus on living and loving your life, and then we can focus on making sure that if anything goes wrong, that we're there to help you. If you want to do this, please book a time through our website. You can send us a message on the contact page. That comes to me. I'll reply within 24 hours during business days. Sometimes I reply on weekends, but I'm not supposed to. And then if you found this information useful to you, please tell the algorithm. So the way you tell the algorithm is you click on like, or you click on share, or you leave a comment, tell all your friends. And if you are a professional family living in BC, Alberta, or Ontario, and you want somebody good to set up your insurance plan for you, I'm happy to help.